This is Dr. Anastasia Chopelas, the scientific healer, and you're listening to Scientific Healing with me, the host. Okay, we're starting to see somebody come on. And I know the power of vibrational healing by combining physics and ancient healing arts to develop my own system that has amplified results with hundreds of my clients and healing students. So you can discover more about how you can energetically attract new clients when working as a healer or coach by going to scientifichealersuniversity.com. And you can also connect with me at scientifichealer.com/contact and write me a note and I will respond to you. As you can see, Dr. Orpelli's staff is working hard to get him connected. So let me just do a quick introduction. That this is Dr. Aaron Orpelli, and he is an expert in chronic conditions like allergies, Lyme disease, fibromyalgia, digestive problems, autoimmune conditions, and he really helped me with my allergies. Energy healing can only take you so far. His integrative medicine practice is been going now for 25 years, and every time I've gone in to speak with him, he was extremely knowledgeable, more knowledgeable than just about everybody that I have ever spoken with. So coming from me, that's high praise.
Thank you.
So anyhow, we chatted on Friday and we wanted to make sure that you are not frightened by the coronavirus, right? The thing is that the coronavirus is now been pumped way up by the media and people are panicking and they're buying stuff off the shelves. So when I went into Trader Joe's on Friday, everything that was non-perishable was gone. I mean, literally everything was empty. The produce was still there and some of the meats were still there, but everything that was frozen, everything that was canned, everything that was jarred, all the cereals, everything was gone. So let's just talk reasonably about it. So, Dr. Orpelli, could you tell us exactly what are the facts of the coronavirus?
Yes. The facts of the coronavirus are that if we look about a few years back, we have the SARS, severe acute respiratory syndrome. It was the coronavirus. And then we had the MERS, the Middle East respiratory syndrome coronavirus. The thing about the coronavirus that is a flu, but is not worse than either one of them. The only difference is nobody was affected until a few months ago from the coronavirus that we are exposing right now. So this is the fact and the things about the coronavirus that most people do not understand or know.
Yes, and the other thing people are asking, like, why all of a sudden from China? Well, if anyone has ever visited China, they would know that their sanitary conditions are deplorable, right? So they have a sewer problem, a food problem. It's just like a lot of people come back sick. They come back because they've been poisoned from, basically non-sanitary conditions. In fact, the non-sanitary conditions in birthing rooms, for example, killed about 30% of the babies before they were a year old. And just by the very fact of cleaning yourself, washing, keeping your food prep areas clean, and, everything as clean as you can will go a long way, would it not?
Yes, it's true. So we can think about like 10 points to understand the virus to help us to move it forward in the understanding. The thing is it can affect anybody, and from symptoms to very mild symptoms. It's only dangerous to people after 50 years old because the health compromise and low immune system, or anybody that is younger than 50 that has compromised immune system if results of surgery or medication that they will do. The virus transmit only with respiratory droplets and is incubation for 2 to 10 days after expose. The symptoms are fever, short of breath, coughing, and they feel sick. And it can be contagious for over 37 days. This is what we find. Hard surface can hold the virus for 10 days in a room temperature, and in a freezing temperature, it can hold it all the way to 18 days. The fact that most people want to use masks, the mask is useless. But it can protect, if you are infected, it protects others from you. So if you're sick, wear a mask because you protect other people. But if you are sick, you should avoid crowd places and stay home. Later, I will talk about our solution, our treatment for the coronavirus that I found how to actually eliminate it in few days to completely well. And unfortunately, it's no medication to fight any virus right now.
That's absolutely true.
Fact.
Yes.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I find surprising is the number of people that are buying things like Purell, which is an antibacterial, which doesn't do anything for anything viral.
So in general, the way that when we've been in school, we talked about anything that is anti-sanitation, that is 70% alcohol kill partial of viruses, but more focus on bacteria. So actually, if you want to protect yourself, you should wash your hands with the hottest water that you can handle with the soap before you touch your food or you touch your face. And there are really 5 steps to wash your hands. You need to wet the hand all the way above the wrist with hot water, the warmers that you can handle. Rub it with soap all the way between the fingers, all the way to the wrist, under the nails, and rub it in after that with water at least 20 seconds. Rinse your hands and dry it very well, and do not touch the faucet or anything after you wash your hands, because then you contaminate yourself. With the towel, turn off the water, open the doors. Then you can touch your face or your food, and you are not contaminated. This is the procedures of washing hands. Again, don't touch your eyes, nose, mouth if you didn't wash your hands with warm soap. Now, if you don't have hot water and soap, then you can use any kind of sanitation that is alcohol-based, and it's better if it's between 60 to 70% alcohol. To clean any hard surface around you, because it can hold the bacteria for like 10 days. If your room is room temperature, if it's a little bit on the cold, definitely do it more often, because the bacteria can stay all the way to 18 days. If you feel sick, immediately call to the doctor to test you to see what is it. According to Madrid Medical University, they said that regular adjustment support the immune system, and the orthopedic sport physical therapy show the correlation between chiropractic adjustment for the neck and improve immune system. So this is a way to improve the immune system.
Yeah, there's many.
One of the ways to improve the immune system.
There are many ways to improve the immune system. And one of the things that you and I talked about on Friday was that one of the items that the government said to buy are like sodas and things like that keep, which it doesn't make any sense, since the sugar, it actually trashes your immune system. Like one can will suppress your immune system for several hours. Right? And so for some reason I lost your image, but well, there you are.
Yeah.
So
Good.
so that's one of the things, and some of the other things that lower your immune system are lack of sleep, right? Lack of sleep. If you don't sleep enough, you can. I know that if I don't sleep enough, I get sick. I'm 67, and I have to be careful. I have a compromised immune system. Anything that wears you out, stress, like anything that stresses you out, especially the panic. This is stressing a huge proportion of the population out. Get relaxed, meditate, go for a walk out in the fresh air. It's just anything that stresses you out will lower your immune system. We know that stress is the number one disease creator in the body. And the way stress works is that as soon as your adrenal glands are firing, then your body is in teardown mode. It is not repairing itself. That's why sleep is so important, right? And as soon as you get relaxed and the adrenals turn off all of their, pumping out their adrenaline and cortisol and noradrenaline and all of that to get the body like juiced up to react to something, as soon as they turn off, then your body starts healing. So it's like an on-off situation. So getting less stress is going to be really important to boost your immune system. And then another one is eating your vegetables. If you're not a super taster, I'm a super taster, which means every green vegetable is bitter and many fruits are bitter to me. So the bitter flavor in your mouth stimulates your immune system. And that's why people say eat your veggies. That's why. So anything that's bitter like frisee and kale, there are a few other really bitter things. Grapefruit, it's a bitter fruit. The bitter foods will help stimulate your immune system. That's why some people can't eat very many vegetables, because it actually fires up things like autoimmune disease. And that's one of your areas of expertise. And then what are your tips for stimulating the immune system?
So I divided to two groups to improve the immune system. Group number one, to decrease the stress of the immune system. Group number one, give the immune system what they need. And group number one, in case the immune system is fighting something, to support. So in group number one, decrease what the stress the immune system is actually sugar. Can of soda has 7 spoons of sugar that, related to the research, show that 50% of the immune system decrease in function for 4 hours for somebody who's 150 pounds. So if you are lighter than 150 pounds, it's lower hours. If you are heavier, it's less. If you compromise in the immune system, it will be more. So this is some of the medications stress the immune system. So this is the things that we need to do. Cut the sugar to make the immune system strongest as possible. The averagely consumption of the American is 170 pounds of sugar per year. So it's a lot of sugar that we consume and compromise the immune system. The second one is few vitamins can help us. And the vitamins are A, C, D, E, K, zinc, and L-lysine, that specialized amino acids to help the body fight viruses. Now, the most important to know in vitamin C, not to take more than 500 milligrams every 4 hours, because it's water soluble and it will go to the urine. So if you take 2,000 in the morning, in 4 hours, you're empty on vitamin C because the body releases it. Now they have nutrition to support the immune system, so the body will be if the body is in a fight, it can help. And it called NAC. I will have it here. It looks like this. NAC. Another one is Cold Away. Another one is Ultravirex, that basically help the body to fight viruses. And echinacea is another one thing that really helps to the body to be strong and fighting. ADP is another one that helps the body to fight. Is based on oregano, and we know oregano can kill anything. So in case that fight, you can help the body to do a better job. Now, it's something very, very important that everybody now that listening can understand and do at the same time that we do. So, number one is understand how to test yourself and do if you have any kind of infection. And the way you do it, you inhale real deep. Let's do it together. Inhale real deep and hold it for 30 seconds. And if in these 30 seconds we cannot hold it, we start coughing, or we have a difficulty or create anxiety, we actually infect it. But if no, we are not infected. This is designed by a Japanese doctor. Now, okay, you can breathe. Okay, the second one is to understand what is the difference between the coronavirus, flu, and allergies. In the coronavirus, the symptoms, can you hear me? Okay. Coronavirus is a fever, dry cough, fatigue, and shortness of breath. Flu has different symptoms. It's fever, dry cough, running nose, headache, sore throat, muscle and joint pain. And in allergies, sneezing, coughing, itching eyes, and running stuffy nose. Basically, flu and allergy are much closer than the coronavirus or COVID-19 that they call it right now. So this is my tip about understanding how to test yourself and how to improve your health in the same time.
Okay, and I will make all of those supplements that you have available on the write-up of this, in the show notes when we put the show out, right? So we'll have all those available for people, and your contact information, so people can contact you directly, right?
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, another very important information is we know how to kill the virus. Okay? So I think this is the most important to understand, that it is a tool to destroy the virus, and if somebody's sick, in 3 days, completely heal and not die from that. I have the statistic about that, how many people die and how many sick and what ages. I got all these statistics.
Yeah,
so
I do too.
Number one to kill the virus is ultraviolet light can kill the virus. The virus die in high temperature. And researchers saw in the lab that the virus die in 15 minutes with temperature of 56 Celsius or 133 Fahrenheit. 15 minutes the virus died. So I recommend everybody to go to the sauna and stay for 20 minutes. In 20 minutes, you kill 90% of the upper respiratory virus, and you go hour later and do another 20 minutes and kill the remainder of the coronavirus. Okay? So, and we created 4 different protocols in the office to heal our patients from the coronavirus, or to learn how to prevent themselves never be sick with the coronavirus. And not just the COVID-19, the SARS and the MERS in the same time. So we create this protocol. It took me a long time to understand, many nights not sleeping. As you know, stress my immune system, but I have the answers for the immune.
Yeah, and I actually, my daughter came home she's 36, and she came home and she couldn't breathe at all. And so she went outside into the sun, and I did a lung healing on her, and the next day it disappeared completely.
Beautiful.
So,
Beautiful.
right, and the thing is, there are other things to do too, is to drink a lot of water. Why? Because the water will wash everything down into your stomach where the hydrochloric acid will kill it. Right? So a lot of hydrochloric acid, make sure you have enough, but the hydrochloric acid will kill stuff. So washing and washing and washing it down, after you wash your hands and clean yourself, and also clean all the surfaces in your kitchen and your house. I've been busy cleaning everything. It's very clean in here. So the cleanliness helps a lot, and also drinking a lot of water. It helps hydrate your brain. It helps get your body. It helps flush things out that don't belong there. Helps flush the toxins out. Drinking water. It's not coffee. It's not tea. It is not fruit juices. Fruit juices will actually do the opposite. It will compromise your immune system. It's just plain water. So you agree with that, right?
Definitely. The thing is, what we find that warm water actually works better than regular room temperature water, number one. Number two is because some of that stay in the nasal cavity, we need to warm the nasal cavity. So if we stay in a warmer rooms, the chances to be sick is less than the cold rooms. Number one, and our treatment actually, we address the nasal cavity to kill the virus in the nose, and it's like in 75 minutes, we actually supposed to teach them how to do it at home and reverse the coronavirus to non-virus at all.
Yeah, exactly. And toilet paper is not going to help.
No, I mean, like, only if they want to cover themselves. I don't know. I mean, like,
I haven't figured that one out. Last week.
We call it epidemic, but actually it's only 80,000 people in the entire world of 7 trillion people sick. And from that, 77,000 only in China.
Yes.
Majority of the people, 81% of these people got mild symptoms, 40% moderate, 5% critical, is only 2% death. And the SARS that we had a few years ago was mortality was much lower, and it killed 10% of the people. Now, under age 50 is only 0.2% die. And let's talk about the most critical day in the coronavirus. The most critical day was February 10th. It was 108 people died in China, most of them in China from the coronavirus. But in the same day, 26,283 died from cancer, 24,641 died from heart disease, 4,300 died from diabetes, 2,091 people commit suicide, and 1,000 times that people die from drinking, smoking, and driving recklessly. So where is the proportion here?
I completely agree with that. I am so with you on it. And never mind that, but there's also wars happening, and people are dying from that in a much worse case. And I just saw some videos. Somebody pointed out to me that it was all predicted in the Bible, and they made it sound like, the apocalypse and pestilence and everything. But, just a few hundred years ago, the plague was so much worse. It reduced the world population by by 100 million. Yeah, by a third.
Killed a third of the people in the world in Europe.
Yep, and 50% of the people that contracted it died. But the other interesting statistic is that those that survived lived a lot longer than everybody else because their immune systems were kicked up a few notches.
When I'm talking many times, because cancer become the cause number one death in the United States right now. It passed the heart attack. And I ask, what is the reason that we have so many people with cancer? It's not that the immune system compromised to recognize the cells that become cancer, to kill them in a single number than to go in the millions that they capsulate it and protect themselves. And most of the doctors agree with me, but nobody wants to do anything about it. And it's different subject and different.
Yeah, completely different subject. But it does give you pause to think, first of all, that there are many more people dying of cancer than of the flu virus, number one.
Yeah.
And number two, it is a sign of our compromised immune systems.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the reason I do the allergy, because allergy tells us that the first compromise on the immune system. And the minute you correct that, you compromise disappears from the immune system.
Exactly. And I know that you have had cases where people had anaphylactic reactions to bee stings and peanuts, and you've gotten it down to just a mild, like, oh yeah, I had a peanut.
Yeah. Well, the kid that we had, he said, I don't like peanuts, but before he almost died from touching it, not even eating it, and then he said he doesn't like it, and he has no reaction at all. So this is dramatically. The one with the bee, he didn't get another shot, attacked by the bee, so we don't really can compare it. But he, according to the blood work, he showed that the allergy completely disappeared.
Yes, and that is just showing how the immune system got all mixed up. And the immune system overreacted to things that they shouldn't have been reacting to, and it's not reacting to things that it should be reacting to. And so in summary, the first thing is that the coronavirus is causing a frenzy that is like, schools around here are shutting down for 5 weeks, right? And so it's causing an undue frenzy. Instead of being prudent, there's an undue frenzy. So number one is that the facts are it's not as dangerous as people say. It is highly communicable, and that your 10 points to understand the virus. I will put this all in the show notes for people to be able to read. And then how to improve the immune system is stop the sugar, sleep more, reduce your stress, and then your 5 points on how to test yourself, and then how to kill the virus. Heat, go in the sauna, wash your hands with really hot water, or take a long hot shower and really wash everything off. And a UV light, right? That was the other tip.
Yeah.
The UV light.
We create a protocol that is combined with homeopathic remedies.
Yes.
To actually eliminate that.
Yeah, the homeopathic remedies are ridiculously powerful. I had raging. I lived in Germany where homeopathy was really big, and I had a raging sinus infection. It was so bad that I thought my head was going to explode. And I managed to drive myself into the homeopath's office. She gave me some drops, and 3 hours later, the fever was gone. I had lost 10 pounds in one day from a very high fever. The fever was gone, the pain was gone, and I was well within 3 hours. That's how ridiculously powerful it is. So people are saying, well, what molecules? No, it's energy medicine, people. It's energy medicine. And it's amazingly powerful. So I think this is more powerful than conventional medicine. It's why your protocols are so powerful, right?
Thank you. And if anybody has a question, we can answer some questions before we...
Yeah, so if anybody has any questions, put it in the chat box, or if you're on Facebook, in the comment box. We will have this all edited and prepared and a broadcast. I'll put it up on YouTube and in my radio show, so people can listen to it. They can see it in the show notes and so on. And that way we can spread this very important information to give you your power back, right? We don't want you to start panicking and going like, what do I do? There is no food available.
By Tuesday, the market will be full again. I mean, there's no shortage of food.
No, there is no shortage of anything.
Disneyland is closed, but Ralph is empty. So Ralph will make more money than Disneyland, or the food is empty in the shelves. That what happened in 2 weeks, people will get out and realize that all this is by the media. Nothing really happened here.
That's
and
exactly
if you
right.
got it, is a way to clear it and fix it.
Yeah, I was in.
And what I told you, the protocol that I use, created in 1984, to kill any kind of viruses and bacteria that in the coronavirus family.
Yeah.
The same way. And if we will treat it the same way with the homeopathic and the UV light and the heat, we will be healthy. And I teach it as a prevention to do it every day for 10 minutes.
Yes, and another way to get
sick.
Another way to get your body temperature up is to go exercise until you sweat, right?
Yes.
And
yes.
That's why a lot of people that exercise daily don't get sick, because we create an artificial fever inside the body every day. And you have to build up a sweat. And one of my former in-laws, who lived to about the age of 102, used to climb up the mountains in Switzerland and back every day. And the reason why is, he said, I have to build up a sweat. And he never got sick. He stayed well. So getting that exercise done, and then going to the sauna afterwards, like go exercise, go to your sauna, get in your sauna. If you don't belong to a gym, please join one, and go and sit in the sauna for a good half hour. And you won't get sick.
You're right.
Awesome. So thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening in live. And thank you so much for, helping spread this really important information to show that we have nothing to fear, and that we can really, really take charge of our own health and get healthy.
And we have solutions.
And there are solutions. And I will put Dr. Orpelli's contact information, so you can give his office a call, and you can also send out messages and check him out on his website. And if you live within the greater Los Angeles area, I would recommend going to see him personally if you have any chronic problems, allergies, or anything like that, because he can really help you. He's the person that I send everybody to.
Thank you.
Yes. So thank you so much for listening, and I will connect with you again soon. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Bye.